Hello. So, it is time for UBL Singles Season 6, Week 5. And we're up against Fat Rat. Now, Fat Rat's team's kind of nutty. And they're also pretty good. And they beat me the last time we played singles, last season. And they took my Buzzwole, which I actually think I would have actually quite liked having this season, I'm not gonna lie. So it would have been a really nice answer to grass types that I was kind of missing. Regardless, their team consists of Mega Diancie, Spectria, Garchomp, Buzzwole, Rotom Wash, Registeel, Vileplume, Umbreon, and Swoobat. Now Swoobat's just not coming. It's just not. But the first 6 just are. And if it's not Spectria, it's Umbreon. But that's it. That's the only change it will be. It will be Diancie, Spectria, Garchomp, Buzzwole, and Registeel, and Rotom. It will be those 6. Defensive Buzzwole, special defensive Registeel, offensive Garchomp, offensive Spectria in some way, probably Rock Polish Diancie, and some form of bulky / offensive Rotom. If Spectria doesn't come, then it will be definitely a Scarf or Specs Rotom Wash, or much more offensive Rotom Wash, and then a defensive Umbreon to help Wish Pass throughout the team. Vileplume could come, I don't see it, I don't see what it does here. But, despite me knowing what they're going to bring, that doesn't change the fact that this makes it difficult. Rotom Wash is a pain for my team. I'll do great against water types to begin with, and the one that can pivot out just as easily as Rotom Wash is not exactly easy. Buzzwole is a freaking pain to take out for Excadrill. One of the most difficult things for it to take out, just because it's so stupidly bulky. Garchomp and Mega Diancie are just crazy fast, crazy strong. Spectria, crazy fast, crazy strong. Registeel, bit of a pain to take down, less so for my team, but still a bit of a pain. Same with Umbreon. They're both kind of a pain, but not that bad. I didn't put as much thought into this as I probably should have, but here we are. Which is why we're bringing a little bit odd stuff, but I think it at least makes a little bit of sense. First off, Mega Blastoise. Flip Turn, Water Pulse, Aqua Jet, and Toxic are our moves. And we're actually minus speed here. So the reason for this is there's a lot of Pokemon that if, like, they could just barely survive with just a bit of bulk. Aqua Jet means we can just pick them off. Blastoise's attack is actually really reasonable. It's 103. Like, that's really solid. Sure, compared to, you know, some of Rat's offensive stats, it doesn't really add up. But, like, for example, Blastoise's attack is only 2 less than Rotom Wash's special attack. So, Stab Aqua Jets are actually going to do reasonable damage into a good number of things. Especially because a lot of the top-end faster sweepers that, you know, may get boosted speeds, you know, via Scale Shot from Garchomp or Rock Polish from Diancie, or even just, you know, Spectria itself is fairly frail. So, we could definitely pick them off. I am curious, just, so you can see when I'm playing this, I just played my, thingy, my, what's it called, match, my week 5 of VGC, so if we look at Spectria, for example, it'll run some HP, so we'll assume like 140 HP or something like that. I don't know how much HP it gets to run. Actually, it doesn't get to run that much, just in case I'm bringing Noivern. So I forgot I actually have something fast now. So an Aqua Jet with just no investment does like 20%. So if I just miss out on the KO with something, then we get there. So, but yeah, this is my generally quite specially defensive piece for the week. Next up, Scarf, Mold Breaker, Excadrill. I think Mold Breaker should be expected here, because if you actually look at their team, if they don't bring a physically defensive Buzzwole, Mold Breaker Excadrill just wins the game. It actually just does. Especially with the Scarf, it means it outspeeds everything on the team. We're outspeeding Scarf, Rotom, Wash as well, just in case they want to go that route. And the moves of choice are Earthquake, Aerial Ace, Iron Head, and Bulldoze. Now, for the most part, I will just be clicking Earthquake. But if I want to make the read on the Buzzwole, I can. Even if they're physically offensive, it's not going to do that much. It's going to do, if they're max, it's probably going to do about like 35%, but it's better than like 10%, so, which it would be doing otherwise. And if it's not physically offensive and it's just bulky, Aerial Ace can actually 2-hit KO. So, especially if they decide to get greedy and go with a more offensive one, you know, like a Scarfed one of their own, perhaps. Excadrill can actually do really well into it. 2-hit KO with Aerial Ace, and then just Scarfed Earthquake just win the game. I think they have to bring the defensive Buzzwole, because otherwise Mold Breaker Excadrill just wins the game. Iron Head, nice for Diancie, just in case I just don't want to click Earthquake. For the most part, I'm clicking Earthquake anyway. And Bulldoze. If I don't think I can get a KO on something, and I want something to come in revenge, Bulldoze can be a way to just slow something down just enough that I can bring in something else and get the kill. So, that's the goal with Bulldoze. No Sand this week, so, yeah, Mold Breaker Excadrill just makes a lot of sense. I could try and bluff it by bringing Gigalith, but Gigalith's really awkward this week, because there's a lot of Pokemon that do well into it, but it also does well into a lot of Pokemon, so it's kind of weird. Next up, Physical Offensive Mew with a decent amount of coverage. We've got Ice Beam, Psychic, U-Turn, and Roost with max defense, but I've also got Modest 4 in special attack. The reason for this is this already lives, without even having to go for beneficial nature, this lives a +2 Life Orb Earthquake from Garchomp. So I figured, well, I could either burn it, which can also miss, or I could just try and go for the kill. And so I'm trying to go for the kill. So, you know, I've just thought of something. I'm going to change Iron Head to Stealth Rocks. I realize I don't have rocks on this team, so we're going to have Stealth Rocks and Excadrill. I could put rocks on Mew, actually. I really want rocks somewhere. But really, it's either Excadrill or Mew. I think it's probably better on Mew. We're just going to have a SR on Mew. Or Spikes. No, we want rocks. Because we want to chip Rotom mostly. That's going to be the main thing. I wouldn't mind Toxic Spikes, but yeah. So yeah, I guess we'll drop the U-turn. I like the momentum that Mew gives. But like, I'm going to need rocks somewhere. Because I need to be able to chip things down. And punish. I need to punish switches. Because they have a good amount of just ways to just pivot around. Well, mostly Rotom Wash. Need to punish Rotom Wash and force them to remove, because one of the disadvantages of their team is the only real remover is Rotom Wash, so I want to try and take a little bit of advantage of that. And I guess I can swap this back to Iron Head, just in case I need a guaranteed... Excuse me. Need a guaranteed KO on the Diancie, so... Next up, Rotom Heat. Reasonably offensive. Honestly, the numbers are kind of thrown around. I saw that I lived... Buzzwole Stone Edge, and I was like, I'm just gonna live Buzzwole Stone Edge, and I'm just gonna put the rest a little bit in speed, just to randomly throw off. I only run normally a little bit of speed in my Rotoms, so this is just a bit more than I normally run, just to maybe catch off a bulky Rotom of their own. They may run max, not sure how much speed they're gonna run, but I'm just running a bit of random amounts. Overheat's always KOing Buzzwole anyway here. Unless it's super specially bulky, but then it's not physically bulky and not living my Excadrill hits. So, it's generally quite nice if they're not running a move on a rock move on Garchomp. It's nice for that. Nice for Registeel. Just nice to get some momentum, because like if they do go to Garchomp, they've got to fit Will-O-Wisp, which I'm not carrying. This is my Defrog of the week. And Pain Split can be quite nice, especially to whittle down things like Buzzwole. Next up, I think there's a little bit of heat. Roselli Berry Scrafty. So we're running enough special defense that with the Roselli Berry we can get the live on a Moonblast. Then a lot of attack, so that Ironhead actually gets a KO back. If they want to bring in Diancie, they can bring in Diancie. This is also, of course, my Spectria check. Knockoff doesn't, I think, is actually just a KO, if not like 90%, something stupid like that. And then Drain Punch does just good damage, keeps me healthy, as well as Shed's getting rest. I can see some Toxics being thrown around, you know, from, you know, Registeel, or Burns from Roten Wash, Toxic from Buzzwole, Toxic from Umbreon, anything from Vileplume. So, and Will-O-Wisp has stuff from Spectra as well. So, we've just got the rest, kind of get things off of us, and keep Scrafty healthy. I don't expect to get the rest off, but it'd be cool if we do. It's more so the fact that this can just take out Diancie. Diancie can be a bit of a pain for this team. Blastoise is generally the go-to switch-in for it, which is not great, but we are fairly special defensive, so we should be okay. And last but not least, Life Orb Offensive Shaman. Same speed as my Excadrill. Except obviously the Excadrill Scarf. This is not. And because we're base 100 speed, we are 1 point faster than max speed Rotom, which is really, really nice. Seed Flare, Air Slash, Earth Power, and Synthesis. This is going to be one of my main breakers, and they don't actually have a lot of great switch-ins to this. Life Orb Seed Flares do very good damage into most things. Not named Registeel, and if I get a drop on Registeel, it's dead. It's dead to Earth Power. Because of the speed as well, it means that we, like, they've got to have, like, a bulky chomp to actually switch into this. They could have Vileplume, and I don't have anything for Vileplume, but that's it. Actually, I even have Air Slash, but Air Slash isn't that strong. But if they switch into a Seed Flare wrong, and they get dropped, the game's actually over. Well, they lose something, and that's what makes Shaman actually really, really good this week. Really glad to have Shaman. Super happy to pick this up. I knew I'd like Shaman. I knew I would. As soon as I picked, like, every time I've always looked at Shaman as a grass type, I've always said, I know I'm going to like Shaman when I pick it. And here we are, I'm liking Shaman when I pick it. So, except when I miss Seed Flares. That's going to suck. I'm going to miss a Seed Flare and just cry. But, like, for the most part, Shaman does insanely well here. And breaking with Shaman, using the bulky pieces that we have, chip things down, so that we can get Excadrill in the late game, and sweep. You know, it's a simple game plan that we've been doing a couple times. You know, you might have seen it, but there's also an extra element to this, and that is Blastoise. Blastoise can pick things off very, very easily, especially if you look at Diancie, because I think I've got it up, yep. That's, say they've got to run, I think it's, that's hasty as well, actually, so. Let's go Jolly, I guess. I don't know. It's like about 80 HP. Aquajet was 32%, so a good amount of chip, and that thing's going down to just Aquajet. So, yeah. I think this can do really, really well here. The Scrafty set's obviously a bit of a risk, but it can, and has a very high possibility of working. I don't expect this to go well, but it's got to go well if we want a chance at playoffs, so. That's going to do it. I will see you guys for the match, actually quite soon, so see you then. Alright, let's do this. It's time for the rat. Yep, that's the 6 we expected. No Umbreon. Oh dear. Alright, how do we do this? What do we lead with? You know, getting Shaman in for free is, like, not a bad thing. I actually am just going to lead Shaman. They lead Chomp. I don't think there's a way they can kill us in one hit. And this is, like, 70%. That being said, I could also just go to Mew and be a bit safer. Ooh, they go to Buzzwole. That does not take that well. Holy cow. That's an offensive Buzzwole, right? That's got to be offensive. I didn't put in my sets. Max HP, it looks... even then. Yeah, it looks like max... It looks... Because it can't be max HP. It's definitely got some HP investment. Or it likely has HP investment. With no item, I'm going to go to Rotom. Yeah, I think you're scarfed. Every day of the week, I think you're scarfed. Oh god, Chomp, why are you such a pain? Like, I want a Volt Switch so bad, but, like, Garchomp's just right there. God, I wish I was running Will-O-Wisp. But I needed the moves that I have. They get a Rotom Wash. Okay. So they can get momentum here, but I can just set up rocks, and I'm fine with that. That's a bulky Rotom Wash. That's really good to know. They bring back the Buzzwole. This is a Scarf Buzzwole in my eyes at this point. How much would a Leech Life do? So, let's see. We're going to look at offensive Buzzwole with Leech Life. I mean, the Leech Life to my Rotom did... How much damage? Let's have a look. This is why you... Let's just... You know what? This is going to be so much easier if I just do this. Clear imported sets. Reload. Only show imported sets. Rotom versus Buzzwole. So I think that is offensive Buzzwole for sure. That's definitely offensive. So versus my Mew. That's my Excadrill, not my Mew. Leech Life will do like 50 to 60%. So I could just get the kill on it. Yep. Please, no flinches. Literally, Scarf Excadrill wins the game. Literally, Scarf Excadrill wins the game. Oh, you fool. Oh, you fool. You think you had me? Oh, you fool. Oh, you fool. I was ready. I was so ready for that. Roselli Berry. I was always safe. I was always safe. So I have Rotom Heat just in case it is a setup set, but we're going to knock off first just to see. It's Shucker. They get up their rocks. It's not too bad. Get a bit of HP back. Will be nice for the Spectre. Ah, this is unfortunate, but this is why we have rest, baby. Okay, don't appreciate the heavy slam crit. I actually punched my hand so hard that it kind of hurts, I'm not gonna lie. They were Shooker X. They were Shooker for the Excadrill. Just gonna Drain Punch. They just Heavy Slam, because they have to play around me resting, which I'm going to do now. Which I don't know if they're going to expect me to rest here. Like, I could have taken the kill, but I want to see if I can get Scrafty up a bit more. Keeping Scrafty healthy is going to be important, just to make sure I don't lose to Spectra. Rotom's going to come in. Like, I expect Volt Switch. I am reasonably specially defensive. We saw how much the Volt Switch did, right? Did 22% to my Mew. That doesn't seem that offensive. It's not. It's a bulky Rotom. They're probably looking to burn me, right? But I've got Shed Skin. You know, I'm just gonna knock off. They're just trying to chip me down. Get rid of the lefties. I'm gonna go for a rest. Keep myself healthy. They can call this here, but like... Okay, they Volt Switch. They get a Chomp. I'm gonna rest on up. Now, unfortunately, Mew can't live. I'm gonna go to Rotom here. Whoo! That was a beautiful switch. At this point, I want the rocks gone. EQ, Scale Shot. We haven't seen the item on this thing either. How much would a Scale Shot do to my Mew? Just like non-boosted? Gosh. So I don't want it to SD. It doesn't seem like it's going to SD at this point. That's Life Orb. We want Life Orb. Because that's 3 hits a Scale Shot. I don't want to just lose my Mew for no reason. I could go Shaman here. I don't think Shaman does it though. What's the right play here? Because like Garchomp literally can just 6-0 me. And that's like the scariest part. I think it's Shaman, because I can still break Rotom. So I'm going to go Shaman here. Not too many hits? Okay. No flinches? And we get the Sea Flare off. That does so much damage. And I think at this point Excadrill wins. Are they thinking on getting a switch into Rotom here? Sack off Rotom, bring in Spectre. Well, if that's the case, I outspeed the Rotom. Okay. Let me just double check that I get the kill here. Excadrill versus Spectre. 74%, it's not guaranteed yet. So, I'm gonna go to Blastoise. They go to Rotom. I'm gonna Mega Evolve and I'm gonna Flip Turn. I'm a super specially defensive Blastoise, and I actually get the chip on the Spectre that I need to make sure I get the kill. Here comes the Mole Breaker. And we get the win. Excadrill. Shaman put in work. Scrafty put in work. Holy cow. We got him, boys. And that was a convincing win as well. 5-0. That was super, super good. They went for a few reads there. One of them, for me, just wasn't a read. Which was the... so the two reads that they made, the Buzzwole one where they stayed and Rock Slided on me, I was willing to take that trade because I knew Excadrill just won at that point. And then the one with Diancie, I was Roselli. I lived that Moonblast. Just to show the calc, unless they were modest, which they may show us here. If they want to show sets, which we usually show each other our sets. I lived, unless it was modest Moonblast, I lived that. So, yeah, let me get the calc up, just because I can. Yeah, we live Moonblast. I knew I was safe. And then I knew Ironhead got the KO, and, like, shit, that's hasty, so take that off. Ironhead got the KO, so... And here's their team. Yeah, Shuka, Rain Dance. They came with Rain Dance, holy! Yeah, the Spectre set makes sense. Rock Polish, it's nothing we didn't... Everything here makes sense, other than the Buzzwole. I was expecting a defensive Buzzwole, but they went Scarf offensive. Rain Dance Registeel, that's so good. Holy moly. So, but yeah, GG's to Rat, Excadrill going in once again. Again, Shaman put in a ton of work. They got super unlucky. I got insanely lucky on my Shed Skin rolls, for sure. No questions there. It's a 1 in 3 to get it, to get the Wake Up early. And then the scale shots meant that their Garchomp went down early. That one's just unfortunate. Like, I just needed not enough hits where I died, really, to get, like, a better differential. Like, Mew was going to come in and probably just Ice Beam, or if it was low enough, Excadrill could have come in and just gone for it. But yeah. So, yeah, that'll do it. We're now 3-2. I haven't updated standings in a while, unless Rat did it. Because me and Rad are the ones updating the standings. So I think we lost like 6-0, I think. Did we lose 6-0? No, that was a different match. I think we lost like 3 or 4-0, so we were like -1 or 2, something like that. I also need to make sure I get replays, because they time out eventually. So, yeah. Sorry, just out of it. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.